here we're going to look at a couple examples about calculating compound interest. So we want to find the total amount in an account after a given period of time and determine the amount of interest earned. So here we're telling you right up front that your P is 2,500. So this is going to be the amount that you put in. R is your rate. The number of times you're compounding is weekly. So this is going to be your N value, and weekly means 52 times because we're talking about how many times over the course of a year. So if you look at your year, there are 52 weeks in a year, and then T is the number of years that you're going to work with this account. So simply we're going to use the formula A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT. So A is what we're looking for. A is going to be the amount in the account, so we're going to have 2,500 times 1 plus the rate is 0.065, so always convert to a decimal. So here my N is 52, and then we're going to raise it to the 52 times 10. Okay? Now, the easiest thing to do when trying to calculate these, and you're working with a scientific calculator, kind of like this one, is you want to start with the inside of your parentheses and work your way out. Okay? So here we would start with the 0.065, and we're going to divide that by the 52 and hit enter. Leaving this as the answer saved in the calculator, okay, we are then going to simply go +1. So notice it says ANS for answer. What that's doing is it's pulling the last answer you had and then using it. So here we're going to go ahead and hit enter again. Now we're going to take this answer and we're going to raise it. So to do that on this calculator, we hit this button right here that has X to the little box. On some other calculators you could see Y to the little X, or you could just simply see a hat button. So you want to use your power, so we're going to take answer raised, and because I'm multiplying, I'm going to do 52 times 10 and close it and hit enter. And then I want to multiply that by my 2,500. Okay, so I'm going to then multiply that answer by that 2,500 and get a result. Okay. So here we end up with your A result being $4,786. We're going to round to the nearest cent, so this becomes 91. Okay, so the 8 rounds up, making it 91. So that's the easiest way that you can work with calculating your interest using a calculator, is to just simply do just that and work from the inside out. Okay. So now the other piece is to calculate the amount of interest that was earned. So to do that, to find your interest, you're simply going to take the A value, or the amount in your account, minus what you started with, the principal. Okay. So in this case, to find my interest, we're going to look at the 4786.91 and subtract away the 2,500 that we started with. So here your interest is going to end up being 2286.91. And that's really all there is to it. So let's go ahead and look at another example here. In this case, my A is going to equal my 15,000, because that's the P. And I'm going to multiply that times 1 plus, my rate is 6%, so 0.06, divided by my N value. Now in this case we are semi-annually. So semi-annually means twice a year. So this is divided by 2. And then this is going to be taken to the end, so 2 times my t, which is 25. So again, you would do the same thing with your calculator. So just to make sure that we're all on the same page, let's walk through it one more time here. Okay, so we're going to do 0.06 divided by 2 and hit enter. Then we're going to plus 1 and hit enter. We're going to raise it to the power of 2 times 25 and hit enter. And then we're going to multiply that by 15,000 and hit enter. So what we end up getting is that your A is going to be 65,758 and 59 cents. Now, just like before, to find your interest, says we're going to take your A and we're going to subtract away the p-value. So in this case, we're going to take the 65,758 and 59 cents and we're going to subtract away 15,000. So here we're going to end up with $50,758.59 earned as interest. Okay, now let's just take a look at one more example here. So here we have that Angela deposits $2,500 into an account with an APR of 5.5% for 10 years. And we want to find each of the following. So first we want to find the amount if you're compounding monthly. Okay, so monthly means we're compounding 12 times over the course of a year. So here we would say that A is equal to my 2,500 times 1 plus my rate of 0.055 divided by the n value, 12, raised to the 12 times my 10 years. So just like before, you would go ahead and find that in this case my A is going to be $4,327.69. Okay. Now with that we can also calculate your amount of interest. So again, interest is going to be A minus the p-value, which is going to come out to being $1,827.69. The second part wants to know what happens if you're compounded daily. So daily is going to be 365. Now, when we're talking about daily, most of the time we are not taking into account leap years or anything else that can affect the number of days in a year. We are just using that in general, it's accepted that a year has 365 days. So in this case, we would have that A is equal to that 2,500 times 1 plus my 0.055, this time divided by 365, raised to the 365 times my 10 years. So in this case, the amount in my account is going to be $4,332.95 with an interest being at $1,832.95. So if you're looking at these two different accounts, these two here, you can see that the more times your interest is compounded, the higher the amount of money in your account is going to be. Okay? Now, what happens if we compound continuously? Compounding continuous is going to use a different formula. We use what's called the PERT formula. A equals P, and it's e to the RT. Okay, So in this case, we're still looking for the amount in our account. P is still 2,500, but then we're going to use E raised to the 0.55 times my 10 years. Now E is a different function. So when we're looking on our calculator, like this one, notice right here we have this E to the box button. So this E to the box button right here, I don't know if you can see that. That didn't make it any better. So this button here, notice if I push it, gives me E. So that's what we're doing. And so in this case, what we would do is we would have E to the, open up parentheses, we're doing 0.055 times 10, and hit enter, and then we're going to multiply that by 2,500. Okay, and so that's how that would work. So what we get as our A value is we end up getting that A is going to be $4,333.13, making the interest earned $1,833.13. So you can see in comparing all three of these that you earn more interest the more times you compound your account. So if you have any questions about compounding interest, please let me know. Otherwise, I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.